the heart, as the heartbeat. If you tune in for a moment and take a breath here with me, inhaling into your belly, allowing the breath to travel all the way up to your heart, to your chest, expanding, opening, leaning into life, and exhaling from the heart down to your belly, anchoring, deepening into presence, into here and now. And continuing with this, of this awareness of the breath and the sensation within the body, and bringing it back into the heart. What is the difference between living in the heart and living in the mind? How can we tell the difference? There are a few indications that can point to that. Normally, when I am in my heart, in my body, I'm usually in the here and now. I'm in presence. I'm in the spontaneous expression of my heart's desire that usually flows effortless through me. It's not a space of thinking, of analyzing, of figuring out, of anyhow. It's more of a space of this deep inner impulse that is loving and that is in communion with life, that is in trust, in safety, in connection. When I'm in my mind, normally there is a sense of time. It's either a past reference point or a future, planning, organizing, envisioning. And the mind is a great tool. We can use it to dream, to imagine, to envision something that is of benefit to us, that is for the greater future, for the greater benefit of us and the collective, and so forth. When though the mind goes into future projection of some type of worry, anxiety, problem consciousness, this is where it really gets in the way. So the mind is really a great tool, and it's not meant to be our master. We're meant to pick it up and put it down at different times. And it's not meant to be in the driver's seat. It's not meant to run the show at all times. When I'm in my heart, I'm very much in my senses, in my body, and my body communicates very clearly. If something feels good and it feels right, usually there's a sense of openness, lightness, maybe an energetic flow of energy. When something doesn't feel good, there's usually a sense of contraction, of pain, of restriction. So we learn through contrast over time what feels good, what doesn't feel good. Yet, one of the most difficult parts is usually in choices, decision making, or going on about our daily lives, is to notice when I'm in my intuition, when am I really connected with my heart, and when am I making choices from the mind. Again, the body doesn't lie. So the body, the sensations, the feelings, the dropping in into the present moment with the breath, with the slowing down, is a helpful tool to bring us into presence, to bring us into the listening and the coherence of the heart. So one really helpful practice is to really create some space to be with yourself and to have the inquiry, whatever that inquiry is for you. And then give it some space and silence and openness of the listening, of the witnessing. how often we as humans are going on about our daily lives and constant stimulation, constant information input. And how often do we just sit in a state of beingness and listening to that inner voice, and to be able to distinguish which one is the inner voice and which is the many other voices that we have taken on that are not even ours. So to be able to release, let go of all those other voices and to come to stillness, to listening. In the listening and in the stillness, the inner voice, the intuition, the heart, the soul emerges. Because it is always there. It is always the one witnessing, watching, listening. Yet, if it's covered by many layers of the mind, of conditioning, of programming, we must allow space, openness, stillness, beingness to release, let go of the layers, let go of the control of the mind trying to figure anything out, and just lean into the trust and safety that life has us here, and that it's up to me and it's up to us to have this inquiry, to have this point of connection with life, to connect, to establish that deeper relationship with the subtle unseen realms where our heartbeat resides. Where if I'm still enough, I get to hear my heartbeat. I get to hear it and listen. And in the same way, if I'm still enough, I get to hear my voice, the voice of God, creation, source. And all those other voices around me, they don't matter. They're just the background noise. I don't give them attention. I keep coming to my focus and attention, to the stillness and silence that is always here in the gap between every thought, every belief, every voice. And then I get to stretch that gap more and more as I place my energy and attention. And then eventually I get to be more perceptive and receptive to that inner voice. So I invite you, in the midst of all these other voices, how perfect, right? As you hear in the background, can I still shift my focus to my heart, to my breath? It's here. Boom, boom, boom. As my intention and as my focus and attention lies, I keep coming to my breath. I keep coming to my heartbeat. I keep coming to my heart. And over time, I get to know the difference. May you know the difference. May we connect with that inner point. May we establish this relationship and make it of most importance for our state of well-being